Hello, everybody. I am so happy to be interviewing a student of mine and as well a team colleague of mine, Maria Angelova. She is a
Hi.
yay! I'm so happy she's here. She's a visibility strategist, aka PR manager. So, Maria, I'd love for you to tell the audience all about your business, your background, and how you came about, starting your own business.
Yeah, all right. So basically, I'm a service provider that works with other service providers that want to add a coaching element to their business. So they are looking to sort of present themselves out into the world and to potential clients somewhere out there as like an authority in the field that they're in. So they want to be like an opinion leader. They want to be seen as having authority and like knowing what they do. And for that, they want some kind of effort to be visible, sharing their expertise so that people can have trust that they know their stuff. And then eventually, if some person wants to get the kind of service that they provide, they would think, oh, I know this person. I know that they're good, and they're giving out some good advice and insights. Like I've seen them at work, so this is where I'm going to go. So it's indirect as opposed to marketing, but it's really helpful to online service providers to kind of establish themselves and kind of create around them kind of like a community where like people see them as a good expert in what they do. And then eventually it may end up in like more sales, and there's like benefits to their business and their revenue at the end of the day. And this was an interesting journey for me because I was a freelancer on and off throughout my career. So then after I had my baby, my little girl is turning 4 in September now. So after I had her, I didn't want to like come back to an employment type arrangement because it created some limitations. And once you have a baby, there's like a switch turns in your head, and you're like, oh my god, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to like be more flexible, and I want to like set my own hours, and I don't want like extra stress in my life. So I want to set the projects that I work on and people that I work with. I want to like control that so that I have an environment where I can like dedicate more of my like attention and emotion to my child. So like my initial kind of move was to freelance again. And then that's the thing. That's a big mindset shift that eventually you're going to have to take if you're freelancing. Because technically, if you're freelancing, it's a business. Like you're just like a company of one person. You do your own accounting, you do your own client acquisition, you do your own, everything. You do your own marketing. So it's supposed to be run as a business, but you don't think of yourself as a business owner. Oh, I'm just freelancing. It's just like some kind of side hustle or a gig or whatever. So this is a very kind of important mindset shift that I ended up with. I ended up like kind of going through with you. So because I was just going around like taking courses that are giving me skills in like things that I can provide services on. So like the service part of it. But I had no idea like how to do all the business part of it,
Yeah.
how to properly search and for clients, how to properly approach them, how to properly close the sale, how to properly have the user experience for my clients with my services that I provide. All of that, plus the marketing, all of that stuff that kind of makes or breaks you when you're working for yourself. I was clueless.
Yeah.
So
I think so many people are like nodding their heads right now, especially the mompreneurs who are, yes, agree, want to be there with the kids. I don't even have the excuse of having a kid. All of the above, but without a kid. So, for all my single people out there, like that wants to be free as well. I think they have that sort of mindset that like, I don't want to be in employment. I want to control my time. And so many mompreneurs as well, I think, will resonate with your story, that and a lot of solopreneurs, they come into business because they're good at one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they realize that without the infrastructure of a company, with a sales team, a marketing team,
Exactly.
to support them, it's hard work. And it's like hours and hours without focusing on your zone of genius. It's hours and hours of actually doing the business side of things. And I remember you really did struggle with that one, especially sales. You had a lot of mindset blocks in sales.
Yeah, it was strange because once I found that once I got on a call with a person and we were talking about the problem that they need solved with my help, I was in the spotlight and I was doing great. But all the lead up to it that you have to do to get that on that call with that person that has good chances of being right for you and you have good chances of being right for them, and I wouldn't say it's hard work, I would say it's smart work. You need to know how to approach this. It's a know-how that it's not naturally in your skill set. It doesn't come naturally to people. It's something you need to learn from somebody. So it's a very big deal in terms of prognosis for your business's success.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a process. So how do you feel that the program has helped you in not only your business, like transform your business, but also your life?
Here's the thing. There's a lot of people out there who are like very charismatic personalities, and they're like big name business coaches, but I'm kind of jaded maybe in that sense because I've been shopping around in that area, and it all feels very kind of culty to me. You know what I mean? It's all about like, oh, just unleash your energy or whatever, that sort of stuff. That's very intangible, just intangible, and you're supposed to just follow the person and just kind of believe that proximity to that person is gonna help you in that sense. But I'm very kind of practice oriented in that sense that no, okay, you tell me how to do it, what to do, what's next, what's step 1, what's step 2, what's step 3, because this is a how-to kind of skill, not like of course there's mindset to it, of course the smart mindset aspects to it, which we just talked about it, but there is a lot of very specific stuff that you just don't know how to approach, and you need someone to train you up. Essentially, it's a skill. So this was like a deal breaker for me to to see that lacking somewhere, and then when I saw that this is like all this is what you're about, so if anyone like goes to your Facebook group and like sees the kind of content you put out, it's like it's so value packed that, and then you assume that it's just like a tidbit that you are that you agree to share for free, so then there's more action packed behind that all. So this is the key point for me, that it's very, very tangible. And it's like very, very direct, like how to approach things, how things are done, like what is the process, like break it up and like learn to do it.
Yes, absolutely. I don't like fluffiness. I'm very direct. Love it or hate it. But yeah, we don't have time for too much fluff. Some fluff is good. Some chit chat is good.
Exactly. Like I don't want to be like in a Tony Robbins kind of like, yeah, we're all like going to be millionaires. No, I want someone to sit me down, and I'm gonna like be there with pen and paper, and I want to be able to write down a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then apply that. This is what I was looking for, and this is what I found.
What sort of skills did you feel that you really up leveled in, and how did it kind of affect your business and your life overall?
Okay, that's a lot of things to cover here. So first of all, this kind of like very, very basic setup that you need to have in place before you even start like going out and trying to find clients. Like have your, you know, socials set up, you know, showing all the right stuff and like with the right bios, with the right, you know, imagery, you know, even like having like preset like offers that you're gonna want to like suggest to people. Like just setting up initially before you start going out to clients was a very big deal, because it's not knowing. I thought that this is something that like will happen along the way, but then you know you learn that this helps you look a certain way to a client when you approach them. And like I'm a visibility expert. I should like, you know, be keen on that. That you need to like have this what's the word, kind of pre-existing image of yourself, so that you can convince people that you are actually the expert that you are. Like you have to look
brand equity.
looking the part. Yeah. Like as a visibility expert, I should know and apply that to myself as well, but I was not. So
Yeah.
this was a very big deal. This was like step one. And then the whole process of you know, choosing the right people to approach to be your clients, like understanding your ideal client, understanding like your own values, your own kind of, you know, uh, message, and then looking for people who fit you, as opposed to like anybody please come and give me money, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Setting the right foundations.
Yeah.
That was definitely a huge part of the program. Yeah.
And again, as a freelancer who is like actually doing the business without realizing that you're doing the business, the foundation is one, like the most important thing you're going to do. And then building up on that is going to help you like create something that is not going to be that's not going to like fall down with like any, you know, problem that's going to, you know, happen along the way. So and actually it was very cool, because one of the aspects of that was from one of the bonus seminars that when you invite guest speakers to talk to the group.
Mm-hmm.
This is very cool also, because you get to learn from someone who is like has a very specific knowledge in a very specific niche, and then they can give you like additional little insights that are like just light up the whole kind of like, you have the foundation, you have like the structure, and then it's like boom, it all comes to life suddenly. So that one was about branding, and she said something very kind of small and kind of in passing about picking your niche, and it's totally changed my kind of. I was approaching that completely in a different and a wrong way, and it's suddenly like, oh, that's how you do it. And then initially it clicked what my niche was.
Yeah.
It immediately it clicked what kind of person I need to approach for, you know, to be my potential client.
That's my favorite.
Yeah,
when there's a breakthrough in one of those guest expert trainings or in any training live, and it's like, that happened to Diana quite recently.
Yeah.
I remember when Lorraine gave her personal branding workshop, and you were like, really, oh my gosh, like cool. It was so cute to watch.
Yeah, exactly. This is kind of like this is the right way to do it, to me. Like you build a structure and you kind of get a general understanding of how things work, and then someone comes in and just says something little that just makes everything suddenly make sense to you, and then boom, you have your business set up. And then you can approach the people who are very likely to work with you because you align, and then you are very likely to, you know, grow with this and like eventually, you know, make it bigger and bigger and like get to those 6 figures or whatever figures you want to get to, without like the stress of having to work with people you hate, or like with doing something you hate, or, you know, having to like, you know, be on your phone 24/7, or, you know, things like that, and not being able to be present with people you want to be present with. It's just it makes things make sense very quickly. That's the benefit of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that a lot of people do that's why I did the whole workshop. The very first day we come up with mission, vision, and values and setting those foundations. And then once you're in the program, we build upon on it with the different strategies and different systems. I would love to know because I know that you had a lot of, like all brand new entrepreneurs. I remember you when you first started, and you had a lot of mindset talks, and it was funny because you did not have social set up, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're a visibility strategist, and there was a lot of mindset stuff there. What would you say to someone who's kind of got a lot of emotions, emotions attached to becoming a freelancer, investing in themselves, whether that be time or with a course or a program or a coach? What would be the sort of advice you would give to them, knowing what you know now and what you were like before?
Well, it is pretty scary, okay? Being just depending on just yourself. That's, I think, like the underlying fear for everything. Like not having like the reliability, the stability of like the paycheck and like the sick days or like insurance and whatever like the employer provides. So you really have to weigh it against what you want, the way you want your life to be, and like what are the things that are part of your like ideal life vision that are not attainable if you just are an employee of some company. And then when you put it on a scale like that, and you can even like write it out, take a piece of paper, just like pros and cons, and just write it out. Okay, so if I stay in my 9 to 5, I get like a paycheck and like I don't know, dental, whatever, and this, I don't know, free snacks in the lunchroom. But if I transition here, then I will get vacation anytime I want. I don't have to ask my boss. I just have to like inform people, you know what, I'm taking a vacation. Bye. Pay ceiling, that is, it's like you don't have to ask for a raise. You just like work to build up, and then you get the wages that you work for. No asking. You make it happen. It's all in you. Flexible hours, whatever it is that it's part of your like idea of what a perfect life is. You just kind of write it out, and you could see that it weighs against those little things that they try to give you to make tolerable to be an employee. To make it tolerable to be a cubicle slave, they give you little perks. Okay, you're in a rowboat and you're rowing, but hey, you get free tea. You weigh that against all the perks that you're gonna get when you are making it for yourself, and to me at least, it helps kind of soothe the initial fear. And then when you trust that you're gonna get the skills that you need to make that happen, that you're not just out there on your own winging it, that's like number 2. So weigh it against what you're gonna get, but then find your mentor. And make sure it's not, the kind that just, tries to, talk about empowerment, but not giving you actual skills. You have to like find someone that is going to give you the actual skills, and like trust in that person and in that knowledge. And like the 2 of those aspects are going to bring the fear down. And you're going to feel it anyway. You're going to feel the fear for a bit, like in the beginning stages, because it's just the startup phase. Is going to be scary, but you have to trust your vision of the future that you want to build for yourself, and just go for it anyway. What's that thing you like?
Oh yeah, I always say feel the fear and do it anyway.
And do it anyway.
Oh my God. When I first started, I used to recite that affirmation like every day. Like every day, every time there's a sales call, every time that I'm about to do something anything really. I was, and I think it does take practice and it does sink in. And you did it anyway, because you did your socials in the end. You got your socials out there, you picked your handle. You were like almost allergic to social media. I remember this. And I was like, come on, let's do this. Take action. So I would love to wrap this interview up for anyone who's considering the Profitable Entrepreneur Accelerator program. What would be your parting advice? And also, where can people find you?
The advice is, if you have any doubts whatsoever about whether or not you should do this, just go and check the content that's already available out there that Pauline is doing, and you're gonna know immediately that this is worth it. This is the knowledge that is very tangible and very actionable, and is going to help you make it. Because you can really tell when a person is just like blah, 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 or when a person is talking business. We're talking business here. So this is an investment that's definitely worth it, for sure, 100%. And then, I mean, if you're gonna need like an emotional pump up and like, yeah, we can do this. We do that too. It's not like we're all just like, being being bookworms or anything. We have that too, and it's a cool community, and you get to meet people, and you like support each other, and be accountable for each other, help each other be accountable. But the amount of actionable information you're gonna get is just, I haven't seen anything out there that's like this, honestly. And I've shopped around. So that's the advice. Just check the content and consider that this is like the 3% of what's actually available.
Amazing.
And like think to yourself what you're gonna get out of this. Where they can find me? Okay, this is my LinkedIn is Maria Angelova PR. And then my Facebook and Instagram handle is the Queen of Pitch.
Yeah. I always love you came up with that handle. Yes.
Yeah, I do write nice pitches. I write nice pitches. I like the sound of that. So that's how to find me. Come hit me up on Facebook or on Instagram, and we'll connect. And see you inside.
Yes.
Of the treasure cave.
Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you for being here today. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.